it's me, Kershaw. Just bringing a message this morning about how it's okay not to be okay. I teach my daughter that. I let her know all the time that it's okay not to be okay. If you're not okay, feel your feelings. Feel what you're feeling. Understand what you're feeling. You know, and get through with what you feel. You can't get over it. You gotta get through it. And I allow her to express herself, and a lot of times that goes undone in these homes with these teenagers that's not able to express themselves because it's either my way or the highway, and that's not fair to kids because you have to give a child room to grow, and when you're growing, you have to learn. You gotta learn from your mistakes. You gotta learn from your failure. Failure is not failure. It's strictly something to let you know that this is not the path you need to go. Change directions. That's all it is. So when you fail, it's only an opportunity for you to do better and do something different the next time. So you just gotta keep moving. You can't let that be something that defines you. So I always allow my daughter to feel her feelings and feel what she feels. I can't go up to her and tell her what she feels. I used to think that I had control over that, but not until I realized that how can I ask for freedom in life and got my daughter in shambles. I didn't quite understand it, and when I say that, I mean I always, everywhere I go, I always get treated and mistreated. I got people that love me to death when I go places, but the people that hate me, it used to get me down so far in the dump, but I had to realize there is more people that love me than there is hate me, but the hate is strong. However, I am who I am, and I had to ask God every day, like, why can't I just be myself? Why can't people accept me for who I am? I don't bother nobody. I don't do anything out of place to nobody. I live for hand for anybody and be there for anybody. Why do I always get pushed out the way and made feel as if I was wrong? I was always confused in that area. I always confused as to why somebody can meet me for a week, and after a week, they love me to death. And then after that week, they don't want to be around me. They want to call me. They want to take nothing to me. They do everything to avoid me. And I had to ask God, Lord, just please allow me to be who I am. Allow me to understand what I'm going through. Allow me to be exactly who I need to be in these times. And that's where I learned that in order to be who you need to be, you got to feel what you feel. You got to understand the feelings that you're feeling if you want it or not. You got to understand if you want to move forward and you want to stay put. You got to understand all those things when you growing in life. And for that reason, I teach my daughters the same thing. Cry when you need to. That's the best advice I can give to anybody. Cry when you need to. If you feel like you're going to burst out and start crying in the middle of the store, burst out and start crying in the middle of the store. You're not looking for pity. You're feeling your feelings. And at the moment, you feel like there's too much inside to hold in, so it overflowed out in tears. And that's okay. Because when you can't speak, tears is liquid prayer. So it's okay to not be okay. But don't stay that way. Don't stay in the dump. Don't stay like, life is over for you because things happen every day. Some are worse than others. Some take longer to heal than others. And some you feel like you won't never get over it. But in life you must go on. You must get over and get to the other side of what God has for you. And in order to do that, you must feel what you feel. Feel that you don't feel right. Feel that every day when you get up in the morning, you feel like, I'm not where I want to be. I should be further than this. I want to do more. And just stay stuck. Feel what you feel. Feel that you're not where you want to be and get to where you're trying to go. And that's what I do every single day, guys. Like, sometimes it get real overwhelming and stressful. you know, trying to keep up and do what I have to do and make myself feel like I'm not slacking. Not worried about if somebody else think I'm slacking. If I feel like I'm not moving fast enough for me and I know I can do better, that's when I call slack. Slack when, you know, when you get comfortable, when you wind up comfortable again where you at. When you get comfortable, you got to move. You got to learn to be you got to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's the hardest thing I have learned. I'm still working on that, because the hardest thing is to learn is how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Or in a time of growth, and when things are changing in your life as you ask for, you're going to be very, very uncomfortable. Nothing's going to seem the same. And it's been very uncomfortable for me, because I can feel that I'm moving, and sometimes I feel like I don't have everything that I need to keep going. Sometimes I feel like I can't articulate what I need in my life, but I know what I need, but I feel like I can't articulate it. And for that reason, people push me away and make me feel as if I'm inadequate, but I'm not. I know what I need. I know what I do, and I don't know how I do it. However, I understand that it's there in me. So it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not know what's what. Just keep going, and God gonna lead you. Just ask God for His guidance, and He gonna lead you. Because sometimes I feel like I want to do a certain thing, and then sometimes I feel like, damn, you know, I'm really good at this, and I really want to put all my eggs in this basket, or whatever. But then it's another distraction that come along, and I feel like, you know, I need to do something else. But, yeah, but keep these type of people in your life. I am. That's a beautiful case. My it's got stuff all over it. One of my favorite girls got me this case the other day, and we was meeting each other, and she didn't never tell me she had the case. But one day she called me and she was like, no, she texted me and she was like, what's the size of your phone? And I was like, I think it's a 12 Pro Max. And she was like, oh, okay, you don't got the 13? I'm like, no. And I'm like, I didn't know what to think. I was like, okay. And then she said, okay. And she didn't ever say nothing else. And later on, like, a couple days later, I was like, why did such and such ask me what's the size of my case? I mean, my phone. And not till the other day, I realized that it was this. She seen me. We met each other. And she gave me this. It's a self-love. I am doing the best I can. I am proud of who I am becoming. I am valued. I make a difference. I am more than my body. I am confident in my abilities. I will ask for help if I need to. I am not. I am let go of what I can't change. I am strong. I'm at peace with my past. I'm constant work in progress. I'm beautiful inside and out. And I am me. And she said when she saw this case, she thought about nothing but me. That's a blessing when you have people in your life that think of you like that. That's the type of people I want to surround myself with. That's the type of people that I want to be in my circle. That's the type of people that I like. I want to, you know, build something with, because, you know, the love is genuine. The love is there. I don't know. I don't ask for these things. Just like something else she got me. Right now I've been using it for a plant. Because my plant fell off the table and broke. So this. She also got me this. It said Kosher Talk. Speak your truth, queen. Together we stand. Ain't that beautiful? She thought about me and got me that because I started doing my talk show, Kosher Talks, and that's why I say sometimes that I don't know what I want to do, but I have a plan, but because Kosher Talks, you know, I can talk all day long. And that's really what I enjoy doing. Enjoy talking and helping other people. However, I see a cause is needed out here with these young girls, and I feel like I can implement something major and make a change, because when I go places and I'm around kids and stuff, they always navigate towards me. They always tell me, "Oh, I wish you was my mom," and da da da. The kids always love me and you know, respect me for who I am. Always respect me. Like if kids around me, they don't be like cussing and stuff. Mostly around me, I can hear people choosing curse. But if somebody in my group, like my people around me, they try to hide those things from me. Like they don't want to see them smoking, doing things like that, like the things that they're supposed to be doing, because I get a lot of respect from children when I'm around them. However, it's a lot of children that don't have me around them all the time. And you know, I'm just speaking about me. It's more people in this world that can implement these things, but I feel like I have a calling to do these things because I do it with ease. It's no effort. When it's time for me to serve, it's no effort of serving. I remember one time I was at work, and we was at my job, and all these people came in there for Thanksgiving dinner. I worked in mental health, so it's a lot of homeless people and people that wasn't homeless that either came in and got plates, you know, because that's what we promoted that. We're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner for all you guys so you come eat, all the patients and stuff. So when they came in the building, them patients was everywhere. Everybody was trying to get out the door at the same time. They was calling me in spurts. Everybody was crowded up in the lobby. It was so many people. It was like about 100 and some people in the lobby at one time, not including the patients that was being seen. But all this was going on at one time. And so I just took it upon myself. I was sitting back. I was like, all these people just crowded, cluttered in here. It don't make no sense. So I just got these people attention. I was like, hey, excuse me, hey, you know, most of the patients know me, and they know me and they respect me, like, wholeheartedly. I was always good to them, and they was always good to me. I could say that I never really had no problems out of, you know, my patients. I'm coming back at the end of a minute. But I never really had no problems out of my patients like that to make me feel threatened or something. But they always was like, yeah, watch out for this person, watch out for this person, make this. But they never did me that way. However, I was telling them, hey, y'all, everybody, we're going to all have a seat. We're going to all have a seat. Everybody found a seat. Everybody found a seat. And they was like, someone, I don't want to get out of line. I'm going to lose my line. I was like, ain't nobody going to lose their seat. Everyone going to eat. So everybody have a seat for me, and I'm a line that was on letting 10 people at a time up the elevator to get food, because the food was upstairs, it's 4th floor. And they was only letting 10 people up at a time. So I said the first 10 people, the first people that I seen that was already standing right there, I left all of them stay standing, and I had everybody else sit down. So I counted to 10, and I had everybody else sit down. And piece by piece, you know, I had like 2 people that was like, I ain't gonna lose my spot. You know, I was like, man, you're not gonna lose your spot. You're gonna get, everybody's gonna eat, okay? And it just makes sense for it to go quicker when we doing it like this than everybody huddling up, causing it, you know, chaos and things like that. And then people, some of the people was like, man, she got orders, she give orders, blah, blah, blah. But she do it in the most professional way. And I was hearing people say that or whatnot. It was telling me that, you know, I did it in a professional way, getting things squared away. So I was like, yeah, and so 10 people at a time. First 10 people go, second 10 people go, all them. And then I had people come to me and was like, wow, you did amazing. You just got all these people to, you know, do what you say. And it wasn't even like that for me. It was just like, let me implement some order where it's needed, because got the CEO and all these people walking around here. Everybody crowd up and don't nobody understand or get the concept of all these people in this building, and everybody crowded up in one building. We already dealing with mental health patients, so anything can transpire. These people get agitated, get frustrated. They all try to go out the door at the same time. So I seen there was a cause that was needed. I mean, there was a plan that was needed for this situation, for it won't cause no ruckus. And I implemented it, and I got things done, and then got them people in and out of there, and it was amazing to me and the people around me that I was able to give order to all those many people in one room and make it flow like. And then at the end of the day, everybody was happy. So for me, all those things that's happened in my life, like I don't talk about the things that happens in my life. I talk about it to my family, my husband and daughter, because they're in my home. But I don't say about all these things that happen to me to let me know that I'm a chosen child, and God gives me with the ability to serve others, and that's a blessing to be, because all those people, the few people that was like, I don't want to lose my seed, or want to get attitude. It was like one or two of them. I was able to calm them right back down. Like, it's okay, ma'am. I'm not gonna allow nobody to lose your seat. I said, if everybody's gonna get there. So when it was time for me to load up my next 10 people, you know what I did? I got the two people that was concerned the most. I let them go ahead and get out of there, get that bad energy gone. You see how they work? And I did it in the most professional way, because instead of going tit for tat for you telling me, yeah, I run this, you gonna do what I say. No, what's the point? Because first of all, I don't run anything. Second of all, I'm trying to get some structure in here so we can run smoothly, so all this chaos won't be going on. And that's exactly what I did. So in life, that happens to me all the time. Anytime I'm somewhere working or something, it always happens to me. All this time, these people been at this place. I went over there. I went from one location to the next. And I never, when I started working at one location, they put me at the big house where the CEOs and everybody sit on the full floor. I was just working, not being micromanaged or nothing. I was working at another clinic, and it was just us, our few people. So I went over there. Ain't nobody ever obtained employee of the month on the first floor. Nobody. I was there a month and got employee of the month, because you can't deny a gift that somebody have when it's right there in your face. You cannot deny it. But let me tell you what happened with that. It wasn't pronounced. It wasn't said, or whatever. They put it in the hallway, but the HR manager brought it to me and it's like, you've been awarded employee of the month. And I said, oh, okay, cool. Got it. And for that amazed me, because it's like, I wasn't trying to gain employee of the month. It just happened. I wasn't trying to get recognition from nobody. It just happened because, when it comes natural, you're not doing it for attention. You're doing it because it's naturally you, and that's the best way to be. You can't get no better than service. When somebody got the ability to serve, they'll serve somebody. I don't care. You could be a millionaire, and they can come in your own company and outwork you, because if you lack the ability to serve, because some people, they lack the ability to serve. But some kind of way, somehow, the credentials they have, they wound up in bigger places making a lot of money. And you could be non-credentialed in that area and going there and outwork them because you have the ability to serve. Serving is different than working any job. If you just go to job to work, you working, give me my money and doing nothing else. Everything I did, everybody was like, dang, girl, you could do anything. I was a janitor. I gave order. I cleaned down the place. I decorated the place and never been decorated for Christmas or none of that. I did all that, had all nice and pretty in there, and all those things I did on my own without anybody telling me. It was this big counter in front of our work, And you know how you walk up against something, a counter at a place, and you put all those skid marks, foot marks on it, and it looks all nasty and dirty. And I'm like, okay, mental health. When you walk in mental health, you're already dealing with a lot of things. Why do you want to come in here and see all this dirt all over the wall? I went there, I told the CEO, I said, these floors need waxing, these chairs haven't been cleaned out in months, they got stuff all over. And I'm like, and people looking at me like, she coming over here already and changing stuff. It need to be fixed. I'm not trying to change nothing, but it needs to be addressed because why? So I ain't say nothing to nobody. I don't say nothing to nobody. I implement those things in my own life. So I took it upon myself when I wasn't busy. Got me some water and some cleaning stuff. I cleaned front of that desk look brand new. Cleaned all of it out. Set some new stuff out. Made new copies of paper that was all sideways and printed wrong. I went there and made copies of the new. I printed out a new template of something of paperwork that everybody used. I printed it out, shot papers, because all of it was sideways on the paper and wrong, and the paper was all ugly. I made some bright color forms. I implemented them in the place. And a lot of people was like, by the time you could see these words, you couldn't see the words on the paper. You know, I went in the clinic area where I worked at in the lobby. I mean, not the lobby, but the actual shot room. I went in there. It was so nasty and filthy in there. I went there and transferred that, formed that whole place. Every time somebody came in there, they were like, damn, we taking vitals now. We never had vitals took. I was like, well, you're supposed to have your vitals took every time you come into the office, because if you burn that blood pressure that's sky high, and we give you medication on 250 high blood pressure, and then you go outside and pass out, that's on this job. That's on this. These people are responsible for that. These doctors with these licenses are responsible for these things. So I'm gonna cover myself, because even though sometimes I put the blood pressure in the form patient's chart, I highlighted mine to make sure you're saying this is sky high. If it was high, I highlighted. And I used to tell them, I'm not giving no medication on top of that. They're gonna have to go get their blood pressure understood before I can do that, because that's on me. You can tell me all day long, give them a shot, don't worry about giving a shot, but that's on me. That's just who I am, and that's why I understand that I can do all things that I need to do, because I have the mentality to serve. I know what to do because I know how to serve others. I know what makes others feel a certain type of way. Like somebody on the phone, I'm not going to rush them off the phone trying to get, because I'm frustrated. I'm tired of explaining something. I'm going to give you thorough information about what you asked me about. And if I don't know, we're going to find out together. And a lot of people ain't serving people. A lot of people just walk around here acting like it is what it is. You get it the way you know how. You get it the hard way. And that's not okay. So in every situation I worked in, I was never okay, because people always made me feel like I was always coming in to change up, or no, I'm strictly coming in here to serve. I ain't told nobody. No, I went through there. That floor hadn't been mopped and swept in so long, and then when they seen me mopping, they was like, "Coach, what you doing? What you doing, CEO?" I'm clearly ain't no patience in here. I'm cleaning this nasty floor because it's filthy. These chairs are filthy. Okay, we're gonna get somebody in here to strip these floors and stuff the weekend. Come back that Monday. It was that Friday, and the floors was icy white, glossy. How it should have been. But what I'm saying, I said that to say this. In life, when you know how to serve, you implement things that's needed in life. And it's been very hard for me to put myself out there to implement the things that's needed in life, because I was always looked down upon every time I did it. I could know something and I just be like, and it shouldn't be like that. I should open up and speak about the things that I know, to teach people about the things that they don't know. And it's okay to implement things, but then you got bosses that's not leaders, Because, you know, when you lead somebody and you know how to serve, you lead them into the right direction, not to outdo you or nothing, but to be just as good as you in case you need to step, in case, you know, you got immersion, you got to step back, you got somebody behind you that can do exactly what you do. And a lot of these people in authority, they don't want that. They don't want somebody to outdo them. They want the title. They want the title, but they don't want to do the work. And if they're doing the work, they half-ass doing it because they misusing and treating people as they weren't nobody. Just because you get a certain amount of money in your bank account don't mean you got the right to talk to people like that ain't nobody. Y'all confused with that. And see, I always held myself back from implementing things that I seen that was worthy, just to keep everybody at bay. Just not to have nobody tell me that, you know, you think you this and you think you that. And I got so tired of hearing that in my life because people always made me feel like I came to take over. No, I came to do the things that God sent me to do. If I see a problem, I fix a problem. It's a lady that gave her, that she came, we had a food pantry that I worked for the homeless, you know. They gave her all this stuff, this box, some other stuff in the bag and all that. I took it upon myself. No, it wasn't a box. It was a bag. It was some bags, and the bags actually was busting through. That's what it was. Canned goods. I went and found a box in the storage room. Went and found a box in the storage room. Boxed that box up for her. We had construction bags. I added that box into that bag for her so she could have leverage, so she could carry it and study. And put the rest of her stuff that was falling out, because she had stuff falling out in other bags that she carried in there, like clothes and stuff that she walked around with. And when I did that, 3 or 4 other people come around. Because you need some help. You think she'll be good with this? You think? I was like, yeah. I was like, you think this will be okay? You want to such and such, this, that, and the other, this, not. She was like, this is perfect or whatever. See, I was able to allow other people to engage with me and make something. So that's another ability to have people follow. It's an ability that I have. And you know, sometimes it's like, what? One time, another story I had. One time I was at the park. I was walked every morning. I seen this. It was when it was cold. I seen this guy there, and then God just spoke to me and told me, just say something to him. And for some reason, I said something to him because I seen him laying against a tree. And I was walking toward him. He started getting up like in fright. Like he thought like I was a cop or something maybe. Because he was like, yeah, that's what he said. He was like, I thought you was a cop because they came and kicked me out of here yesterday and told me I couldn't sleep here. And I was like, what are you doing sleeping here? And they was like, he was like, I have nowhere to stay. I was like, well, do you mind talking? And he was like, I need somebody to talk to. I was like, what got you here? I was like, you haven't been homeless for a long time. You could tell he haven't because you just can tell. And he was like, no. He was like, my brother died 2 years ago, and he left me his house, and I haven't been able to pay the rent or anything, the mortgage or nothing, property taxes. And they came to kick me out, and I've been up here since. I ain't had nowhere else to go. And I just was like, oh my God, are you serious? I was like, so what's your plans? Do you have any plans? Or do you know how to work? Do you work? I don't know. God just sent me to take care of this man because it's a story that I have to tell. And he was like, nah, I don't have no food. I don't have no phone, no anything. And I was like, wow. So for a whole 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I watched this man every day at the park. And I made sure I said something to him every day. I was just checking on you. Brought you something to drink this morning. Gave him some food to eat. Gave him stuff like cracker and party meat and stuff like that where he can have and eat it. And then I used to make him cocoa in the morning in a styrofoam cup and take it to him because it was cold outside. I used to give him drinks, you know, and that happened for like 3 weeks at a time. And I used to cook. Every time I cook, I always have a leftover, like a plate leftover, because 9 times out of 10, me and my family, we don't go back for seconds. It's very, very rare that we do. So I went and got some cup Tupperware, some extra ones, and I told him to make sure when he eat his Tupperware, he keep his bowl so I could refill it. You know, refill his dinner when I bring it. So I used to feed him in the morning, and I used to feed him at night. It happened for a whole 3 weeks, and then he was like, "Oh," I was like, "We gotta get you some food." And he was like, "Yeah, I used to have food stamps a long time ago." I was like, "Would you like me to try to sign you up for some food stamps since you're homeless?" And then he was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, "But," I said, "Do you still have your card?" And he was like, "No, I lost everything. They threw away everything." And no idea, nothing. So I took it upon myself. I said, "Okay, come sit with me." We sat on the bench at the park. I got all this information, filled out him an application for SNAP benefits, and went from there. And I put my address as a user address, and I still got his mail to this day. It's in a folder by itself. I put it up somewhere because we're no longer in touch right now. However, I got his mail to my house, and his card came to my house with $400 and some worth of SNAP benefits. When I went in, I got a video. It's all true. I got a video when I first met him, some videos in between, but never posted them anything because I just do it for me. And I got a video of him that day when I went and surprised him with his card. I was so happy that man's card came. It was like something happened great for me. It was just like, wow, I can't believe this man's card came. And I'm the cause of him being able to go be able to eat. I know how I felt about that. I felt like grand. And then I told my husband, if I get this man a food stamp card and ID and all that, I said, that's the start of my dream. And it happened. And I've been on the road ever since trying to do more. I've been on the road ever since trying to, allow somebody to, let me work. Let me work for you. Let me come and serve you so you can see. Let me come and add value to your situation so you can see. So we can move forward in this situation. But I got a video when I gave him the card. He was like, "Oh, my card?" And I told him how much. He was like, "I got that much money. It's that much money on the card." It was like heaven for me and him. So I did that, and then I told him, I gave him my number, wrote my number down on the card, and told me if you need anything in between hours, if you don't see me, and you can get to a phone or something, feel free to give me a call if there's anything. So this particular day, before the food stamp came, they had to use my number because I put my number down there for him to have an appointment for the case. So one day, I never forget, I just picked my daughter up from school, and I told my child that I was like, because they said they would call from long distance number because the reason why I know they called from long distance number because they called one time, I didn't answer, they left a voicemail that day, and when I checked the voicemail, it was a long distance number, and as soon as I seen the number call again, I said, "Oh, I think this is for the card. I think this is for the card," because of course she know what I'm doing. And she was just getting ready to get out for school. She had work, so she was gonna get out my car, go to the park right by my house, get out the car and go and get dressed for work, freshen herself up for work. And so I dropped her off. I said, let me go get this. She on the phone. I said, I think these people for Ronnie. So I answered the phone. She was like, hey, such and such, this is. I was like, I just got home. My home is like 5 minutes from the park. I said, would you please stay on the phone long enough for me to drive up there? I said, I'm going now. And she said, you know, for you, since you're doing this for this man, and you know, I told her the situation. She's like, since you're doing this, I'll wait. I said, well, I'm going to put you on mute while I drive. I flew up there and I seen Ronnie. I was driving. I'm like, what is Ronnie? Spotted him. I hurried up and parked, jumped out the car. I was like, Ronnie, I have a phone call. So I had to put my phone on speaker. I didn't let him hold it because, you know, he's been out in the weather, you know, homeless. And so I held it for him and he talked. And some things he didn't know, and I was like, you know, I was motioning him to say what he needed to say. And she was like, okay, you'll be getting such and such in this time amount of, and every month on the such and such day, you know how they do it or whatever. And we were just all excited and happy. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you, Ronnie. I'm so excited. So after that, I had to get back home, rush back home. I told him, I just came up here to get you your appointment so you can get your benefits going. I was like, it'll be about a couple of days, a week from now, she say. And in the car, she shipped out to my house. As soon as I get it, I bring it to you. He was like, oh, thank you. And we went to pray. I said, let's pray before I leave. We went to pray, went into deep prayer, that he get off the street, and this, down, that. So the next day, I went walking, and this particular day, I don't know, I brought it on purpose because I'm in my workout clothes. I brought a $5 bill just to give it to him. You know, maybe you want a snack cake or something. Get you a snack cake or something. And so this other guy, his Hispanic guy, I got his number too, because you know, he told me he was a landscaper, and he was on his lunch or whatever when I saw him. When he saw me was happening, he came over and he said, everything okay? I was like, yeah, thank you so much. You know, that people watch. And I'm not sure if I didn't see them watching, but you know how it goes. And he said, everything's okay? I said, yeah, I was just giving him a few, you know, bucks, you know, his situation. And I told him the situation. He was like, wow, I sound like I want to help. I was like, that'd be amazing. He'll love that. He was like, well, my car on the other end of the place. I said, I'm going to get ready to go or whatever. And I said, you just could take it around to him or whatever, let him know. And he was like, you want to go with me? And I was like, sure, why not? And I got that video of the guy giving the money to him as well, because that was part of me knowing that I had the ability to have people come in and assist me with the things that I got going on. That's another thing that got me to the point where I'm at now. And so I was like, okay, sure. So we both walked to the car. He got his truck, I got in my car, and we drove around the park back where he was at. And because we both parked on the street. And it happened right there. He was like, I was like, Ronnie, we got something for you. Somebody thought enough about you to give you something, you know, just talking to him like as he was a human being, which he is, but you know, how people treat other people. And that's less fortunate. So he was like, huh? And then he did, I can't get over the dance. He used to do like that. Like, oh, yes, so thank you so much. And that's how he used to react from good things. And he gave him a $20 bill. And I was just like, oh, my God. That is amazing. Like, thank you so much for helping me. His name is Victor, by the way. Thank you so much for helping me, Victor. And God will bless you. And we both got in our car and parted our ways. And we went on about our day. Then that was the next day. The next day, I pulled up on him. It was in the afternoon. I didn't walk. I pulled in on him. And I was like, hey, I'll just make sure you were still here. I got something for you. We had went to Family Dollar and got him some a couple of new T-shirts, some boxers, and some socks, some long socks for the warmth, and another pillow. But the pillow didn't last at all because, you know, people steal and stuff. I didn't know how it was until I didn't realize how it was like that until I dealt with somebody in that direct situation. And I was like, oh, I can't buy things like that because he won't utilize somebody else to steal it from. So yeah. So I didn't buy anything else like that. I just, supported him with me coming up there every day, making sure he was good. And every time he seen me, he was like, my car didn't come. I said, as soon as it come, I'm going to get it for you. As soon as it come, I'm going to get it for you. And I'm bring it to you. I had bring it to you activated as soon as it come. And so this particular day, after I gave him some food, I had made him some sandwiches and stuff at home, and gave him some them boxers and stuff from Family Dollar, and found out he didn't like cheese, so I put cheese and lettuce and stuff on his sandwich. I made him a nice 2 sandwiches. Just didn't want to give him cold cut, and I did it up. So he didn't like cheese, because when I went back later, he told me, oh, I seen the cheese. I said, you throw your cheese away? And he said, oh yeah, I don't like cheese. I said, I'm sorry, I was just trying to put much as on there I can to so you can have a full belly. That's all. You don't have to like it. And I started praying for him because I said, I'm gonna get out of here. I got things to do. Started praying for him. This guy out of nowhere came with a box of something. He got out this car, little station wagon. The older guy lost his wife. He just out doing the same thing I'm doing. Seen me. And when we looked up, he had his head down and scared the crap out of me because I didn't see him coming up. We had our head down praying, and then when we looked up, he still had his head down, and he said, "Amen." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm like, "Look, Ronnie, you got more people that love you." Just talking to him like that or whatever. And this guy had a whole box of food for him, a whole box of items, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing." It's another person that gravitated. So after that, I talked to my husband. I was like, I got to get this. I had a truck in the backyard that I wasn't using, and I was like, I need to get this vehicle ready, together, cleaned up and whatnot, so I can transport these patients. He was like, "What's patients?" I said, "Just these people that I'm coming in contact with that need me." I said, I need a way to transport them and, support them. I said, it's needed. I said, I want a long-term support for these people. I don't just want to give them something and tell them going about their way, and a year from now they're still in the same predicament or worse. I want to really have something to make these people feel like somebody. And, I just kept on going with it, And my husband was like, well, honey, you do what you want to do. You got to be careful out there because, you don't know these people. You don't know these men. But then God gave me the ability to serve, to, not saying nobody want to attack me, but it's just, I just feel free in those situations. I don't feel like somebody gonna get me because why would you attack me and I'm so good to you? I mean, I guess it's just, I don't really know how to articulate what I'm trying to say, but I'm gonna get back to this story. But one time I had a friend that said to me, everywhere we went, somebody always talked to me, and she used to be like, oh, I was like, I can't help because people talk to me. And she's like, girl, you'll talk us right out of somebody trying to kill us. They be trying to kill us. You be like, oh, what's going on? Talk to me. And I just died laughing. I always thought that was the most funniest thing in the world because it's actually be like that. I don't want no problem. And it's a gift. I don't know. It's a gift. But I said that to say this. I always felt like, I read my people well enough to know that I'm okay with them. Everybody don't have that ability. So this particular time, I said, I'm going to take him and get his ID because he needs to get into a home. At this point, I'm thinking he needs to be into a shelter home or something until further notice. So I called the shelter home, see what he needed. He had to be vaccinated and had ID. Recent ID to be accepted. Okay. I took him to get his ID. He was all self-conscious. I said, don't worry about it. I told him when we first got there, go in there and clean yourself up good enough where you can be yourself. I said, they ain't gonna let you take the picture with that hat on. So go in there, fix your hair up and get it dressed. Freshen up yourself a little bit. And mind you, he rode in my car. Freshen up yourself a bit and come on back out. We came in and out there. It was so fast. God just let me go in there, help him out, sign this paper, pay for his ID, get his ID, and he didn't need a paper mail or information or anything. It was so suave because he just recently had an ID done like 6 months ago, and they said if you just had an ID, you could just get a duplicate. You don't have to renew or something like that. It wasn't expired, so it was really, really easy. Thank you so much, God, for that. And so that happened really good. So after that, I called Walgreens. While we were sitting there, I called Walgreens and see when I can make an appointment. I made an appointment. Well, they told me I didn't make an appointment online. So I went online, made an appointment for the vaccine. Got them in there, got them vaccinated. And did all that. And then, so at this point, he got I got him insurance. I signed him up for insurance. He got an insurance card, ID, a vaccination card, and a food stamp card. All these things I got for this man, and then I turned around and got him a free phone from the state, Assurance Wireless or whatever. I got that. So I did all this for this man, and then this other man wanted to help. So he started reaching out to me. He was like, I was like, have you found anything from Ray? I was like, no, I'm still looking. The very next day, he blew some of my housing. The very next day, I took him to Kroger. I got him some food or whatnot. He was in the Kroger like he was a kid on Christmas, baby. He was so happy. He had his own card and got what he wanted. You ain't had this in a long time. Swapped that card and went through his. That was amazing. Like, it was amazing to me to witness that. That's what I want. That's why I put my work in life. That's what makes me the happiest, to see somebody else thrive. That's what makes me the happy, because I know how to serve others. Everybody can't do that. And then, so after that, of course, it was around cold time, my daughter wrecked my car. Everything went to a standstill for me. I didn't have no car. I had no car for 6 months. Well, I had my own car for 6 months, but my husband went right away, like a few weeks, and got a new vehicle for us to drive. And I was driving it, and then all of a sudden, I was off work. All of a sudden, I got a job. Started going to work every day. But before that, when my daughter wrecked my car, it's like, wow, God, I was on a road to building something. And he was like, now I see God was like, no, that's not what I got for you. That was a lesson learned for you. So I couldn't do nothing. So the guy that was helping him, Ronnie to be exact, he was helping. He got him, took him down there to the shelter, Mission or something. I can't remember what it was. And he paid, it was like $3 or $6 a day. And he paid him from 1 month to the next. So he gave him a whole month payments to stay somewhere. And he turned around and did it again, because I was still in contact with him. And then I just lost all contact, because one day, Ronnie called me and said, Mr. Ron called me and said Ronnie gave his car to someone, and they ran off with it. They asked for something to eat, and I was like, there's nothing else I can do about it. And at this point, like, I don't have a car, I don't have nothing to support, I don't have no way to, speak to him like I spoke to him those days, every day, making him become a better person every day. He said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen. I just want to. And I said, live for today. Live for today. So and then every time he was like, you right. I wanted that smile. He smiled. He let me know that I was right in what I was saying. But I said all that just to say, guys, I have the ability to do all those things. Have all those people come within. It's just when it comes to me putting it out there, I really don't know where to start. And all my stories behind the scenes is genuine. I can tell them over and over and over again because they're true. They're genuine. It's so many people that have stopped to talk to me about things in their life that they never share with nobody else. And for them to get it out their chest, and for me, that's like, wow, you've been carrying it all that time by yourself. Worried what people going to think about you. Scared you weren't going to be enough. Scared life was going to turn over for you and make you feel like you was less than. Scared somebody else was going to get it before you. All those time, all those years you've been just putting all that garbage inside of you, holding it in, suppressing it. What did you get out of it? Nothing. But I always go back to say, it's okay not to be okay. Because when you know that you're not okay, and you're okay with not being okay, you understand that eventually you'll be okay. Because right now I'm just not okay. Yeah, that's just a few stories I have. That's just a few. I can go on and on and on in these situations where I bend over backwards for someone. Not because I wanted attention, because nobody know about it. But I got all the proof in my phone. I don't have to lie about anything. I got the proof. I wasn't looking for attention, so I have to put it out there. I ain't have to say, look at me, look what I'm doing, because it was from the heart. And I was doing it from the heart. I was doing it because I wanted to. I was doing it because I seen a need. I was doing it because it was it's a cause and effect for everything. And ever since I've been running for my dream, and I can feel it like no other. I just don't know when. I just don't know how. All I know is I ask God to show me the way. And every day He puts something. I done found 3 books in the last 3 days. I done found 3 new books. I started on 1. But I done found 3 new books that I know that's powerful. Coming from some powerful motivation speakers that helped them change their life. Because I started one of them called The Seat of the Soul by Gary Cokeful or somebody. Seat of the Soul. And I'm reading that book. Y'all, like I'm telling you, like God putting everything in me that I need when it's time for me to get up there. He taking me through hell. When I went through that last job, that was the most hell job I ever went through in my life. But He had to get me through that. He had to take me through all the things that went on with me. It was so bad, guys. I used to go in the restroom and cry. I used to call my husband and cry. My husband used to tell me, come home, you don't have to deal with it. And one day my husband knew it was bad when I said, I just feel like I just don't want to wake up. Knowing I should be speaking like that. My husband stopped the car and said, what? My daughter had went to work. But he took me somewhere and sat there and he talked to me. We talked from that morning all the way to that night. We just talked. And I told him all the things that I was going through, and he was telling me why I was hiding. I was like, because it seems so unreal. It seems like the things that I say, I seem like I was making those things up because, well, how can a human treat another human like that and I ain't did nothing to them? But God had to take me through those troubles to get me to where I'm at now. Because where I'm trying to go, it ain't easy. I have to have some tough skin. My skin became so tough at that job because I had no other choice. It was 9 to 10 different doctors that I had to work with. All those different personalities, all those different people that I had to understand and had to get to understand me. And half of them couldn't stand me because I wasn't that type of person that just go with the flow and allow things to happen. If I'm your assistant, why can't I have an opinion? One lady, like I said before, came in the hospital with a lump on her. And she was so concerned right here. And the doctor I worked with that day, she was so ready to get out of there. She was like, I said, I put in a note. She said, she got that big knot right there and she's really concerned about it or whatever. He was like, man, you got time for this or whatever. And she was just like, I'm going there and feel it and tell her, just come back next time And if it get any bigger, I'm like, what do you mean? It probably already at its biggest. Like it's just protruding from her under her skin, and it's like, wow, you telling me you're gonna tell her she could die overnight? And you know, those things like that, people didn't like me for, because I know how to serve people. That's not how you serve someone. Don't. If I put my loved one in a facility and they in the hospital and something going on there, you think I want them to have my people? You think I'm gonna do it if I can't take it? No. So people don't know how to serve other people, and it's very scary in this life that I get put out and stepped on so much because I know how to serve. And when you're around people that don't know how to serve and just here, just got a job, they get very intimidated by the people that serve, because I'm going to go that extra mile for you. I'm going to always go that extra mile for you. Not only for you, but for me. It does something to my soul to do the right thing when nobody's watching. And I got to keep feeding my soul in order to elevate. And there's a lot of people that's standing still. A lot of people ain't elevating no more. A lot of people just stand right there where they are, living in the life they lived in, living the life they've been living in for the last 20 years, and they still dealing with the same things that they've been dealing with for the last 20 years, and they still in the same predicament that they was in the last 20 years from now. 20 years ago, and they still ain't moved, and they mad at me because I feel like I want to move, and I'm not going to sit around and wait on you to grow up, and you had all this time to grow up and you still not grown. Just because you turn the age don't mean you grown up. Grown up means maturity in the head. When you got to understand your mind. When your mind tell you wrong, you shake that off and say that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do wrong. I'm gonna do what I know that's right. That's when you mature. When you got the ability to do what's right, when you can do what's wrong and secretive. You mature in them situations, and you find more peace in those situations, because regardless of who's watching, I'm still going to do the right thing. That's why I know that if I got a friend and my friend is in need, my friend don't have to worry about me if I'm her friend. That's if I'm her friend, though. See, a lot of you people confuse friendship, people that y'all know, with friendship. Friendship ain't about how long you know somebody. Friendship about who comes to your life and make a difference in your life. That's what friendship means. That's who I call my friends. And a lot of people ain't making no difference in my life. A lot of people stand the same. A lot of people sitting there and acting as if that nothing needs to change and everything's perfect. When in fact everything needs to change around you to make things better for you in order for you to move forward. But see, so many people stay stuck in those situations so they don't want to learn how to move. They don't want to learn how to be great. They don't want to learn how to be better. Only thing they want to do is keep on keeping on with what they're doing because it's comfortable. You got to learn how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because as long as you're comfortable, you're going to always stay where you are. And I know that for a fact, because I had to get uncomfortable. Things that I do now, I be very uncomfortable. But I'm training myself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's the only way I'm going to get things done. I'm not going to get things done, extraordinary things done, being comfortable. In order to be extraordinary, you got to do the extra. You got to go the extra mile. And I'm learning to open up and be that extra gift that God gave me, without feeling like I'm stepping on somebody's toes, because that's what's holding me back. I always feel like what I got to say and what I got to do is holding me back, because I don't want to intimidate somebody and make somebody else feel like they less than, when in fact, the only thing I'm doing is serving and doing what God told me to do. And it's a problem with people that's beneath me. I don't put nobody beneath me, but you put yourself beneath me, and I see it and I call it out how it is. There's a lot going on in this world. There's a lot of people out here to get what they want the wrong way. That's why so many deaths and so many things is happening like this. There's a lot of people out here using people up till they can't use them anymore. And then when they realize that when the source is over with, they can't use that source no more, the supply has ran out. They realize that they lost the best thing that they're going to ever have and find in their life. Because you don't do wrong and expect you're going to get right. You can't do wrong over here and expect you're going to go over there and do right, and you're going to get treated right. They come going to smack you directly in your face. That's how it happens. People don't understand it. People just allow people to just walk all over them and expect everything to be okay when they say it's okay. I don't deal with those type of people in my life no more. I used to let people come back right back in my life. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? You can't tell me you're sorry and you're going back and doing the same thing you did over and over again. I don't care if it's 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. If you change, you're a changed person. When you change, you don't go back to what you used to do and then think you can move 10 steps forward and think somebody's going to look at you as changed. I'm still going to see you as a peasant. I'm still going to see you as non-growth individual. I'm still going to see you as a person that's still stuck in their ways and they're covering up with a facade and to make people believe they change. People not changing these days. People covering themselves up and pretending to be somebody they're not. And I'm sick and tired of wasting my time, wasting my energy on people that's never going to change. People that's going to sit in your face and make it seem like you're the problem when in fact they the problem. And they're going to always push the problem on you to make you feel like you are insane or crazy. Stop allowing these people to make you feel like you've done something wrong to them when in fact you haven't done anything to them. You're only trying to elevate yourself. And upon elevating yourself, other people get intimidated, then they call you the problem. You're not the problem. You're not the problem. These people are the problem, because when you want elevation in your life and the people around you don't want to see you grow, they're not your people. Get away from random people, because they're going to never see your potential. They're going to never see you in the higher places. They're going to always look at you like you're beneath them. Get away from those people, because people lack gratitude. You can do something for somebody and they act like you're supposed to do it for them. No, I do these things for you because I care enough about you and I see that you need these things implemented in your life in order for you to move forward. And I went within and found some type of, to do the things that I'm trying to do for you, because I feel that you need those things done for you. And you think you better than somebody, you think you got more. No, I don't. I do have more. In fact, I have more. I have enough knowledge I have enough knowledge inside of me to get through what I need to get through in life. I've learned enough in my life to carry on. I'm not saying I'm stopped learning, but I have learned so much in my life that I can just carry on. When things that come to destroy me, y'all just should see how I take that and run with it. I take it and run clean off with it. When they come to destroy me, you can't destroy somebody that didn't build themselves up to be somebody. You can't destroy somebody that didn't spend hours on hours with self-help books trying to figure out who she is. You can't destroy somebody that gets up and make a decision that her day ain't gonna be bad no matter what. You can't destroy somebody that sit around and go within and see the problem from within and fix the situation there within before she get around anybody. You just can't. You can't tell me now that I've grown to this point in my life that I gotta go back to where I've been. You're not going to tell me that. You're not going to put that in my head to make me feel as if I'm wrong and to what I'm doing or how I feel or what the case may be. Goes back to say, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to not to know your next route. It's okay to not know where you're going. It's okay to feel like you losing. It's okay, because those times when you feel that way, they give you time to get yourself up and make sure you win. But when you doubting yourself, you telling yourself that you're okay and you're not. Guess what? You're going to always not be okay. And it's not okay to stay not okay. Remember that. It's okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to stay in a not okay situation. You got to let that go. You get through it. Don't get over it. Get through it, because if you get through it, you go step by step by step by step, and you get through it. When you get over it, you just throw it in the back and move forward. You don't want that, because it's gonna come back and bite you in the butt later on, and you don't want that. It's gonna come back and hunt you later on, and because you didn't get through it, you just thought you got over it, and it's gonna hunt you, and you're gonna be in worse predicament than you are now. So in order to get through life, you got to get over the things that bother you to get through your life. I mean, you got to get through the things that bother you to get through life. You can't just step over it. Stepping over is leaving all this undone. When you working on yourself, you go from within to the outside. You go from inside to the outside. You don't just walk around here with Louis on and nice hair and nice clothes and driving in the latest, Benz and, living in the biggest square footage of home. That's not what I mean when I say go within. You can't look all like this and then you broken in the inside, because it's gonna come out. You gonna spill yourself. You're gonna be able to see that on the outside, whether people want to know that or not. You're gonna be able to see the things that's going on with your life every day, whether you address it or not. Because the way you address things is the way you feel about it in the inside. If you don't know better, you can't do better. If nobody ever showed you different, you don't know different. If nobody ever told you you were going to be somebody, you'll never think you're going to be somebody. If nobody never held your hand and told you everything going to be okay, you ain't going to never think it's going to be okay. But when you got those people in your life that's letting you know that everything's going to be okay, reserve those people. Keep them people around, because people are around here doing any and everything, and they ain't being loyal to the fact that they got somebody that's got their back. There's a lot of people out in this world, mostly men to women ratio. It's a lot of men out here that take these women for granted. Misuse and abuse them. Think they're going to always be here. Think you could talk to them in the kind of way and they come running back to you. But it's a lot of these women catching on to these men's behavior and they running out from it, and these men losing their mind, killing these women, and that's not cool. They can't handle what they put out. That's why I say it's not okay. It's okay to not be okay. When you realize you're not okay, you go seek help. You don't take somebody else down with you. It's okay to not be okay. If you're not okay, talk to somebody. If you're not okay, open up about the situation that's at hand. If you're not okay, tell somebody what you're going through. If you're not okay, talk about what the things that's bothering you. If you're not okay, try to fix it. What's going on with you, the only way you're going to fix it. Because can't nobody else come and take your body apart and fix it. Fix your inside to make your outside look like something. Can't nobody do that but you. You the only person that can go within, put it in your mind, take within, and tell yourself that I want to be different, and I want to change, and I want to change for the positive things in my life, and I want to be able to lead a positive life. Tell yourself that every day. But you got to do the work, and it's hard work, but it's necessary. If you ain't trying to go within and fix yourself, you ain't gonna do nothing. I'm telling you, I had to do it. I didn't know so much was wrong with me until my heartbreak. Until I left and went to a hotel for a whole week by myself and got into my brain. I didn't know how much I needed to work on myself until then. See, God don't make no mistakes. People say, I say that in a minute. I would never want somebody to feel like I feel during infidelity in my life. But that was a necessary step for me to get through. Necessary task for me to work on to get to where I am today. I would have never got there if I would have still been in the same situation I was then. I'm a changed woman. I'm a better woman. Can't no man break me. Can't nobody break me because I'm built tough. I built myself up. There's no way you can break me down. That story that I'm singing now used to be totally different. Anything somebody said to me, I cringed. Anything somebody asked me, told me, gave orders to me, I cringed like, But when I came to aware about who I was, those things didn't knock me off my feet no more. I take it with greatest thought. Construction criticism is everything. I remember one day, Nurse Sladen, I'll never forget. One day she was like, "Who made you mad? No, she said, what she say? How she said? Who disappointed you when you was a child?" And I was like, "I'm not disappointed when I was a child." She said, "Who made you upset? Who peed in your cereal?" And I was like, "Nobody." Like, what do you mean? Why are you saying that? So I took offense to that. But then, after she told me that, I took it and ran with it. And I was like, am I really bad like that? Am I an angry person? Do I be mean to people without knowing? I didn't know that. And she was like, no, you're not she said, you're a great person. She said, but anything somebody say to you, wear your heart on your sleeve. And I was like, wow, you know. And I took it and ran with it. And I've been working on myself ever since. She texted me during Christmas time. Was it Christmas or Mother's Day? Mother's Day. And she said, hey, Coach, I was just thinking about you. She said, because I always do this at work. I always be like, I always adjust my pants at work. And she's like, Coach, I was adjusting my pants today. And she said, I couldn't do nothing but think about you. I miss you so much. She said, I really consider you as a sister. And I was like, wow, I never knew. This is the same lady that told me that. So I texted her back. I said, oh, you just made my day. I was ironing my clothes, matter of fact, never forget. I said, you just made my day because I said, ever since you told me that, I said, I went within and worked on myself, and I found out the root cause of my problem. I said, and ever since I tackled it. She was like, oh my God, I'm so thankful that I was able to be there for you. She was like, that's so good. You know, she just went on to tell me about it and all that. And at the end, she said, I really consider you as a real sister to me, a real friend. And then she said, I always want you to know that you was always true to me. And that made me feel so amazing because not everybody come to attack me. People come to help me. And when I realized constructive criticism is needed in order to grow, wow, it was a aha moment in my life. Like, really? That's all? Really? Just listen to what somebody say. You know, you gotta know the difference though. You gotta know when they're genuine and when they're not. But listen to what somebody say about me that ain't right. My daughter told me one day, she said, Mama, you always be saying stuff. You always be saying this, that, and the other about me. She's like, but you got toxic ways too. Never forget. Never. I lay right here in this floor, on my floor, in this room. And I just cried and I wrote. And I was like, oh my God, I wrote my daughter. I was like, I'm so sorry, you know, all the things I went through. I said, forgive me, because I wasn't raised up in a calm home. I was raised up in toxicity. I went through all the things that I went through. I started working myself right away because I'm like, how am I toxic? I said, I'm telling my daughter she's toxic. How am I toxic? Because if I consider her, she definitely considered me. We live in the same house. So how am I toxic towards my kid? And I always want the best for her. Now I went within and remember that everything that I knew growing up, it wasn't a way to live. It was full of toxin. Cause I couldn't beat my daughter down and tell her that she this and she that and she ain't gonna make it here and make it there because she this and she that, and expect her to become somebody. I had to change my way of thinking. I had to let her know that you're gonna always be somebody. You can be somebody. You can be anything you want to be. Don't allow somebody to come into your life and strip that away from you, ever. So I had to change myself. When my daughter told me that I've been working on that ever since, and I'm still working on it. The things that if I used to say to my husband and he'll say something or whatnot, and I used to be like, you know, like, don't nobody tell me what to do. I don't listen to this and listen to that. And now I get to the point like, you right, babe. I'm gonna work on it. You know, that's who I am now. When at first somebody tell me something, I think the whole world against me. That's the wrong way to be, guys. You'll never get nowhere trying to being like that, because I tried. I've been in that situation. You will never get nowhere not understanding and taking in what somebody tell you that you need to fix, because you're gonna, you know, when somebody tell you something you need to fix, they see something that you don't see. And if you're trying to implement things in this world, you're gonna have to fix some things that people tell you that you got going with you. It's a lot of things that people told me that I worked on. A lot of things, and I like to share with people. But just like the lady at my job, my last job, she was a nurse, and what I was gonna say, oh yeah, she was a nurse, and she told me one day, because I can't deal with drama. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not cut out like that. If it's drama, negativity, I'm getting as far away from it as I can. It's just me. So, it's a workstation, like, you know, like at the hospital, workstation, all the nurses and everything, doctors or whatever around. So, all the nurses around, whatever, they be chit-chatting, talking about each other, whatever, and I didn't want to be involved with them, you know. And so, I got my seat. Well, it was already some issues going on. So, it was a little place in the hallway where you could sit, like, you know, how the nurses sit in the hallway on the little computer stand. It was a place right there where I sat. So, I took it upon myself, and I sat down there every day. Then somebody had a problem. Why you ain't up here with the other people? I said, I couldn't deal with the negativity. It's a bunch of negative things going on up there. So why would I sit in drama when I'm perfectly fine back here? I'm doing my job just as well right here. You know, ain't no difference. Watching the computer screen, as soon as I get a patient, I do what I gotta do. And so she told me this particular. I knew that she started disliking me. At first, she seemed like she was so about me, and she was like, I see a lot of you in me. I mean, a lot of me in you. This is what she told me. And this particular day, I realized, because her face expression told law. I said something to her. She was like, and she didn't even know she did it. Her face expression was like, ugh, why are you talking to me? And I was like, I kept on talking. I seen it. I was like, but you know, you'll get reactions to things like that. But I see that you see me or whatever. And so after the fact that I left or whatever, or they let me go, I texted her and said, she told me this particular thing she had told me. She said, I noticed that when things go wrong in your life, you shut down. Like at the clinic, if something go wrong or somebody say somebody place to me or whatever, I do. I just shut down. I just shut all the way down, but I still do my job to the best of my ability. I just shut down in every other area. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to deal with nobody. I'm here to do a job and to go home. That's it. So, she had started to dislike me too, just as well as everybody else around there, because I got the ability to serve. They couldn't stand it. They thought I was coming to take over, but actually I was just doing my job. That's just who I am. I'm going to serve the shit out of my patient. No matter what they are, what age they are, what color they are, whatever the case may be, I'm going to serve them. You should hear how many little kids tell me, you're so cool, you're awesome, I love you. That was the best time of my life. And I didn't like to work with the babies. I didn't like to stick them. But I love the outcome that I get when I get them there sucking their sticker. They call me the sucker lady, because I made sure every kid, they didn't care. They was too busy in their own drama to that worry about if a kid got a sticker or sucker. No, they got stuck and all this. Some of them got 5, 6, 7 shots, and you just gonna let them walk out of here with nothing. But that's just me. And so she started to dislike me too, because she felt like I was outdoing her. Like I used to see her. Everywhere I walk, and she just got to the point where she didn't like me. But when she told me I shut down and I cried in front of her, she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry." I said, "No, you didn't make me cry. I'm crying because I was already aware. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, because that put a spurt to my growth so fast. I was able to go to that place and see if they made me move from back there up there, and that's where one of my strengths came from. Some of my strength from that job." Because I had to leave from where I was positioned to come up here with all these drama-filled people that didn't like me, and I ain't had nobody to talk to. I was perfectly fine back there because I'm just doing me. I ain't got to look at nobody's face. So, when she brought me up there, that was the hardest thing I did for myself. I don't know. It's just I just couldn't face some people. That's the way they was with me, and I was like every day. And I just tell myself every day, Coach, you got this, you do. I listen to my motivation, and then God just led me right on the board every morning. Every morning, come in here and write on a board a quote that you think. Every morning, I came in there and wrote a quote on the board. Every morning. And at the end of the week, I was like, guys, we made it. We're a great team. We work hard together. I implemented those things into our work week, and everybody started working together. Everybody was split apart. Nobody wanted to help nobody or nothing. But from me writing on that board, putting a positive message up there, letting them know that we got this and we did a great job, and we're gonna kick some butt Monday. I come in Friday, after I say that Friday. We made to the end of the week. We did an amazing job. I come in Monday. Let's work so hard we make Friday jealous. That's how I roll. Those things implemented in those situations allow me to be an amazing person, and people can't stand it. I was able to gather this team together that wasn't a team at first, and I was building it. My supervisor was so disgusted. They was disgusted with me. You could tell. They didn't want me to write on the board. I was like, why not write on the board when it's bringing positivity? I said, you know how many patients come in and say, who wrote that quote? That's a good, I needed that today. You know how many patients came in and said that? And I was like, oh, me, I was a cause. I wrote that. I write every morning. I write my name on the bottom of every day. So they know. Then they realize, like, people used to come to me, you coach? I was like, yeah. She said, so you write them quotes on the board in the morning? And I was like, them really good quotes. That's good. You know, people used to tell me that, people that's all over the clinic, not just people I work for. Because, you know, working with people, they seem to get a different vibe from you when you moving further than them. They thinking I'm coming there and take over their job. I seen some stuff need to be done. They had paperwork. Everything was everywhere. I got some manila folders. I took all the paperwork, put them in the separate folders, and renamed the folders, cleaned them out, because you had dog ears on all the folders, bending over and everything. And I did all that, put everything in order. I cleaned out everything. I got the kids some baby Band-Aids and all that things. There were no Band-Aids in there for the kids. I implemented things in that place, and I was telling them, ooh, we should do this, we should do that. I used to come in there and clean off the door handles and the knobs every morning, because I know ain't nobody did it. It's just a lot of things that I used to implement in these places, and these people thought I was coming in to take over, but in our actuality, I was just making a easier way for everybody. I was doing it for me because, first of all, I can't work in chaos. If things aren't in order when I need them, it's gonna cause me to lack behind my job. I don't like lacking. If I need a form for a patient out of the room, I need to go straight to it. I don't need to be looking through all this paper trying to find one form. If you understand what I'm saying. So I implemented. I went, I went in there and I asked the supervisor. I wasn't busy. I said, is it okay if I straighten up them things and put the stuff in manila folders? They was like, oh, I'm so glad you asked. I was going to ask somebody to do that. So I immediately got on it. All the nurses that's been there before me, they was like, what you doing? Don't throw away that. We need that. I'm sorry, I'm not throwing away anything. I'm not throwing away anything. If it's scrap paper, I'm going to put it in a folder and I'm going to put on there scrap paper, because I don't know what it's for. But every form that look like, I'm going to put I'm not going to throw anything away. So, and then I'm thinking in my head, like, y'all telling me all these things and saying all these things to me, but when was y'all going to help clean up? When was y'all going to make a difference? When? But anyway, I said all this to say this. So she got to the point where she just didn't like me either, like the other people. And she played like she did. Every day she was in my face. She's like, I'm just checking to make sure you're okay. I said, what would be wrong? She said, nothing. I'm just making sure you're okay. Cause I'm confused why she always telling me something was wrong with me. And so when I left there, when they let me go, and I text her. I said, thank you so much. I said, life is a stepping stone. I said, thank you so much for the words of encouragement. I said, you told me that I shut down. And I said, for that point on, I have remained open. And I'm so thankful and grateful for you for that. I hope you have an amazing day. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great day. Whatever I said. But she never texts back. And that's a sign right there to let you know that people be ready to boot you out the way just so they can feel like they're going to shine brighter. You're not going to shine brighter. You can't take my soul away from me. It's in my soul to be great. It's not just something for me to do like, oh, Bob watching? Oh, this is my manager. No, if Bob ain't watching, if Bob go out of town for 6 months, I'm still going to be on my best behavior because that's who I am. And a lot of people can't stand it. And y'all, I'll be talking for days, but I gotta get going and get some things done. I'm here studying, guys. Woo. Studying for this test. Hope I pass it, but I didn't want really much, but I had a lot to say, and I have a lot more to say, and I just want to bring that message to you guys to let you know that it's okay not to be okay, but don't remain there. And I just want to bring that message discussion.